Hey guys, welcome back. So if you've watched the last video which I uploaded, which is this video here, gold scalping strategy plus 100% profit, XAUUSD. If you've watched that, you must make sure to watch this video because I'm going to save you some money if you're going to try that strategy out. And those of you who haven't already, you can just watch this video. You can watch the last one as well, but watch this one. In this video, I'm going to save you some money. So basically, the last video I showed you how. So basically, this guy, I showed you how. Well, anyway, let's just go to that video and I'll show you. So in the video, I showed you that this is not my strategy, and it's this guy here who teaches it, right? And this is his video, right? And he showed the strategy, and the strategy, right, that he basically back tested it. There's a couple of other traders back tested it, and the win rate was very good, and they gained a 133% profit in the last 6 months using this 5-minute gold scalping strategy, which is really good. In fact, this trade here, if I had followed it, so basically with this trade here, based on that strategy, what you would have done, you would have entered at the start of this candle, and you would have profited there, right? So I think it can be effective. But here's the thing, right? Watch the last video, which I taught you how the strategy works. But this video, I'm just going to show you how you can save money, because, right, the way how this guy taught it, right, he suggested to use these indicators, right? So the indicators you use is, first of all, is a simple moving average 200. And then you have a BJTSI, which is free. But then there are two paid ones, which is Pip Hunter BACD and Pip Hunter LMI. So the Pip Hunter indicator, you have to actually go and buy it from their website, which costs £50 every month, £50 a month just to use it, right? And I actually paid for it because I wanted to take a closer look at those indicators. Once I take a closer look, I may be able to figure out what alternatives there are, and I have figured out the alternatives, which are pretty much exactly the same. So instead of paying £50 a month every month for indicators, just get the free ones, right? Why pay for indicators when you can get free ones? There are plenty and plenty of indicators out there which are completely free. I don't see the reason to pay for it. So I just want to show you guys and see what you think and try it out. So basically, the strategy is basically just very briefly. You have a SMA 200. Using the 5 minutes on gold, you only buy the position if the gold is trading above the 200 MA, and you only short the position if the gold is trading below the 200 MA, and it is a 5-minute scalping strategy. And this has been tested by other traders, and it's given a 133% profit over the last 6 months trading it live. And basically the idea is that when this LMI indicator, when this line is below it, so basically, when this line is below it, you're looking to long it, but only if the price closes above this, the 200 moving average, or you short it if the price closes below. So in this case, you see the price is sort of touched the top line there. So you're looking for a short position if this price closes below, which it did, right? But you don't go in yet. You go in once this is red and this turns red, right? This crosses, right? When all three forms and wait for the candle to close. At the start of the next candle, you short a position. Your stop loss is just above the swing high of the most recent swing high, and your take profit is 1.5 times the stop loss. Or you can trail it for a bigger profit. I would personally trail it because sometimes you can trail it much. Sometimes if gold trends, you can catch a big move. For example, just there, that's a huge move. Why only catch that when you can catch like triple the amount? So this is how I would do it, right? These are the paid ones, right? Pip Hunter BACD and the LMI. Well, let me just show you the alternatives, right? So first of all, I'm going to show you. Let me show you this LMI alternative, right? I mean, once I've seen it, I could tell it's pretty much just a trader's dynamic index. I've used this to trade in the past, right? This is your trader's dynamic index, and if you look at it, it's pretty much the same. It's like this LMI and this. There's not much difference, right? Look at that. That shoots through below it. This is now below it, and this comes through. You can delete the orange line if you want, right? You can delete. Right, guys, make sure you watch this video until the end, because after I show you these three indicators, I'm actually going to go on I'm going to go on to show you the same indicators or similar, very similar indicators on the MT4 platform, which then makes it easy because this is TradingView. To get those many indicators, like to get 4 indicators on TradingView, you have to go for the paid version of TradingView to do it. I mean, if you are serious about your trading, I would do it anyway. So basically, I'm on the pro version of TradingView, which allows me to have 5 indicators. You don't need to have more than 5 indicators, right? I think like, even as a professional trader, you don't really need more than 5 indicators at any more given time. I think it's sufficient. If you have like 10 indicators or 5 or 6 or 8, I think it's too many. You want a clean chart. You want the chart to be fairly clean, right? So I never really use more than 5 indicators in trading, but I usually use more than 3. Usually 5 is actually about the right amount, I find. So I do go for the pro. So I would recommend the pro version anyway if you're going to trade stocks, swing trade stocks, or if you're going to trade cryptos anyway. I would recommend it. And I recommend TradingView because I use them. But if you just want to try the strategy out and you're quite new via a demo account, if you don't want to pay for it yet, you don't have to pay for it, because that then brings us onto the MT4 free indicators, right? But anyway, let me show you. So this is TDI and this is LMI, right? Look at them. They're like pretty much the same. They're like exactly the same, right? So when this is crossed below, above, you're taking a long position. This is below, this is going up, right? It's pretty much the same indicator. As soon as I saw it, after I basically paid for it, right? It's only £50. So my risk was £50, and even if the strategy didn't work, which is, it's quite small money, but I don't see how, doesn't matter how much money it is, if it's unnecessary, I don't think there's a reason to pay for it. And remember, there are so many guys out there. I'm not saying this guy is, but there's plenty of guys out there who they just want your money, right? All they want is your money. You'll be then paying them, and then you're paying them month after month for these alerts, for these. I don't know, man. Are you guys in Discord groups or what? Right? I've been in Discord groups. I've been in other groups. I've been in signal groups. If you follow the signals blindly without knowing what you're doing yourself, in the long run you will lose. I guarantee you. They don't, and they all mention how they all make a big deal out of all their big winners, but nobody mentions about their losers. Anyway, so here's the thing. So this is TDI and the LMI, which is the paid one, and this is TDI. It's pretty much exactly the same. If you look at it, it comes down, goes up, touches top. This touches top, comes down. It's pretty much exactly the same. I would just use the TDI. So I'm going to take off the paid one now. Right, and this is the other paid one, which is the BACD, right? Pip Hunter BACD. So the alternative on TradingView would be the trend continuation, right there, trend continuation factor, right? If you just use that, in fact, let me just move this down. You can see, right? It's very similar, right? All I know, look, that crosses, this crosses, this crosses, this crosses, right? You don't even need. Well, that's the zero line. You don't really have to have the zero line. Actually, no, let me just put it back on. Trend continuation. I think I deleted it by mistake. Trend continuation factor. There we go. Right. Anyway, you don't really have to have the zero if you just want it to look like that. But anyway, just show you there. So here, look, this crosses. Let's just go back a little bit. So look, all this is looking pretty similar. Flat, flat. This crosses down. This crosses down. This is flat. This is flat. This crosses down, that crosses down. So it's very similar. You can see, right? Why pay £50 for this indicator, and why pay £50 for indicators that you can get for free, right? Which is free on TradingView. So let's take now this off, which now is the same, right? This is now exactly the same, right? So to do that, you might want to go to settings and change some of this, right? Go to style. And one of the bands, which is orange, I think, slow MA, is it? Yeah, that one. If you want, you can take that off. In fact, if you want, you can even take this one off, and all you have is that, which is exactly the same as the LMI indicator, right? So right there, this is the strategy you would trade with. Now you got completely free indicators. You don't have to pay for it. So exactly the same here, right there at this position, you would have taken a short because that's below it, that's crossing, and that's touched the top coming back in. Ideally, you want it to shoot through and come back in. So once that's shot through like this, right? But remember, you're only taking long positions above the 200 and short positions below the 200. now that brings us on to the MT4 platform. So these are the similar ones on the MT4 platform. So it's quite easy to take a trade, right? So instead of having to go to sort of TradingView, or you have to pay for the extra indicator by going pro, or you have to check here and then go on to your MT4 to trade anyway. So you just trade right off the MT4. And so this is the Traders Dynamic Index indicator. These are all free, by the way. Now, believe me or not, so like I said, this one here, so this one here, right, is the BJTSI, right, which is on TradingView. But it's actually, I had a look. So basically, this is a platform where you can find free indicators, best MetaTrader indicators, or Forex Cracked. There's also a website called forexcracked.com, right? So you can get a lot of free indicators from and EAs from these two websites, best MetaTrader indicators, right? And I use them a lot extensively to get my indicators for trading Forex market or CFDs. You know, I don't trade too much Forex these days, a little bit here and there. Only sort of the certain like really high probability win trades. I do Forex. Otherwise, I just do like gold and the indices. Otherwise, I don't do much else. I like trade trending instruments. So you download that TDI from there, and you download the MACD from there, and you download the T3 trend CF, right, which is basically a trend continuation factor, right? See, look, bullish cross. I've set an alert here so that when this thing crosses, it actually sort of alerts me. So right, MACD, why the MACD? Because if you actually have a look, right, because I remember on here you got the BJTSI, and I couldn't find that for MT4. But if you actually look, if I put the MACD on, watch, MACD here, and if I just move this MACD up, move it up here, right, if you look at this MACD here, right, with that, it's just the same, really. Right, you can delete some of this stuff, right, which I did for the other platform. Histogram, you can delete that if you don't want that. And pretty much that's it, right? Watch, see that? That's just exactly the same. Watch, that's the BJTSI. Look, boom, boom, two same. This is the same cross, right? This is the same. Watch, look at that, all that. I'll close that. So look, see all that? That's very similar, right? It's pretty much exactly the same. So it's just the MACD, really, the BJTSI, right? So I've taken that across here. Remember, this is trend continuation, which is this one here, which is very similar to the original LSI or BACD, sorry, yeah. And then this TDI is the same as LSI, which is now the TDI here. Now, the TDI, when you put it on, has got much more lines than this, but remember, again, you just take them off, so you just got the one line, and if it's crossing up or crossing down, and then I've got the 200 MA moving average, simple moving average, which is they're all free indicators. So now I'm trying to look for trades. For example, here, this is below it, right there. Do I take a trade here? Let's have a look. So here, this is crossed above it, and it's coming back in. This is crossing there, and this is crossing down. So now all three lines up. So starting, let me see, starting from about even before that, actually, I would say. Not quite yet, but about there. That's the start of it. So you know, depending on how confident you were in this trade, you can either take a start there, or you can even start there. It just depends on how that actually sort of looked when it was live. So basically, when as soon as that crossed, let the candle close. You could have taken a short trade there, I suppose, and do there. And if you were good, you would have still profited it there. Again, long trades. Let's have a look here. Not yet, because this one didn't work out. So you wouldn't have taken that long trade there, because this is completely the other direction. Here you would have taken a short trade, because that's up there. This is crossing below. Boom, right there. Take a short trade and profit there. So yeah, or if you want, you just trade off this, off their TradingView, which is very, very, very similar to the paid ones, right? Remember, you just don't have to pay, right? This is extremely similar. Remember, I even showed it to you one comparison to the paid one. This is pretty much that. So yeah. No need to pay, just try that, and try the strategy practice on a demo account. Strongly suggested it. I didn't take this trade because I missed it. I wasn't around, I was out, so I missed that trade. That would have been a profitable one. So again, my balance is exactly the same. I've set my chart up here, very similar to the screen here. So I'm just going to take trades like with this. Again, even with this, you can set alert as well. You go here and you go to add alert, and you can add alert on crossing up or crossing down, greater than or entering channel, exiting channel, inside, outside, moving up. You know this, so you can put an alert here just like you would with the LSI indicator, except it's all free. So try that out, guys, in a demo account. Thank you, and I thought I'd share that with you. I'm all about saving you guys money, and happy trading.